and welcome to the Ingles table. I'm Stephanie Stuckey, and today I'm going to show you how I make my bourbon pecan banana bread pudding. That's a mouthful. Everything that I need for this delicious recipe I got at my local Ingles. So let's get started. I'm going to do the caramel sauce first, and it's super easy to make caramel sauce yourself. What you do is you get the sugar and you put it in the pan and you let it caramelize. So that's the secret, is you really have to be patient, have it on a nice low simmer, stir frequently, and the sugar is going to start to melt and caramelize. At that point, you slowly add the butter, stir in the butter, and then you slowly add the cream, stir in the cream, and you know it's ready because it smells absolutely delish. After that, I'm going to show you how you put together the actual pudding. So you take your eggs, and I'd start with the eggs because it's much easier if you whisk the eggs first. And then you're going to add your milk, your cream. Again, I'm going to whisk the wet ingredients together first. Put in the brown sugar, the bananas. So you mash the bananas really well. You have to get super ripe bananas. And then this is really the secret ingredient next to the pecans. It's the bourbon. So you can add as much bourbon as you want, depending on how you're feeling. You add the bourbon. It smells delicious. Then you take the sweet bread. Ingles has a lot of choices on breads. So choose whatever you like, but it helps if the bread has a little sugar in it because it'll pick up on the sweetness of the recipe. Another pro tip, use stale bread. It tastes much better, trust me. So then you put the bread in, and before you mix it all up, you gotta add the pecans. So these are the Stuckey's kettle glazed pecans. And I'm gonna take a tip that I learned from my grandmother. I called her Big Mama because I'm from the South. And this is what Big Mama did. She took a rolling pin and she would bang. I'm sorry, it's a little noisy. I'm gonna put it over here. She would bang on the pecans to get them crushed. I'll tell you another story about my Big Mama. She's the one who made our signature recipe. Stuckey's is known for our pecan log rolls. And like any good cook, she didn't want to waste. And so whenever she made a botched batch, and she made a lot of botched batches trying to create the perfect recipe, she would throw them out to the hogs. And of course, we ate the hogs, or they ate the hogs, and our barbecue became famous. Everyone wanted barbecue made at our house because it was the sweetest pork meat around. That is a true story. So I'm gonna add the pecans. And then I just use my hands. It's up to you. Now, if it seems a little too wet, feel free to pour out some of the liquid or add more bread. But what you want is for it to get really nice and mushy, and you're going to let it sit for about 15 minutes, and then you're going to put it in a buttered dish, and you're going to bake it for 45 minutes. Now we're going to pop this in the oven and we'll be right back. So now it's out of the oven. It's hardened. We let it sit for a minute, and this is what your caramel sauce looks like. The bourbon caramel sauce, and you let it drizzle. You drizzle it on top, and then here is my secret sauce. You take what's in the bottom of the pecan bag. I call it pecan fairy dust, and you sprinkle it on top like a garnish. So that's it. I hope you try my bourbon pecan banana bread recipe. Be sure to check out the rest of the amazing recipes that can be found right here on the Ingles website. See you next time.